all my friends doing today? Well, this morning I'm in Santa Monica, California. I had to come to the Santa Monica courthouse. I sit over there. I had to take care. I got a bill from the California Franchise Tax Board for $181. I said, wait a minute, for a stop sign. I said, wait a minute, I paid this. I could have swore. So I had to drive down here, okay, and went to see the judge. I said, Your Honor, I said, I got that. I said, first I began, all right, I cracked her up. I said, Your Honor, I said, we got to stop meeting like that. It's a female judge, okay? I said, we got to stop meeting like that. People are starting to talk. And I'm going to tell you what, everybody cracked up. So I showed her, and then she said, Mrs. Spado, you did take care of that. She says, they're upgrading a new computer system, you don't have to worry about it. So anyways, it only took me a couple minutes, and I got that out of the way. Now I got these parking tickets. You know, folks, it's people who don't have money, like you and I, who got to pay for stupid things that we do. Yeah, we get parking tickets. All right? Parking tickets out here. You have any idea? All right? They're over $100. And if you don't pay it on time, they double it. So I got tickets I got to take care of. But anyway, I'm going to take you folks for a walk. Okay, good morning, Mimi. Thank you for coming. All right, and everybody else is here. I'm going to take you folks for a walk. You're going to see the Pacific Ocean today. Right now it's 69 degrees here. But it's going to be 84 degrees today. So we got some nice weather here. I hope the rest of you are getting good weather now. I don't know what's going on back east. I'm to the point I don't even want to put on a television anymore because it's all negativity. I want to stay positive, I want to be happy, and I want to make people happy. So, folks, it wasn't far from here. Whitey Bulger, remember Whitey Bulger, the boss in Boston that became an informant, and then he went missing for years and years. Well, it's not far from here that he was found, okay? Somewhere, I don't know where. These are all office buildings. Let's walk down this street here, huh? What do you think? Okay. Then take me to Ocean Ave. And I'm going to go take you folks so you could see what Santa Monica, California looks like. You all heard of it? Okay. Now that hotel there, what happened at that hotel? Something happened. Folks, I'm going to tell you, stand by. I'm going to tell you, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, and share. I don't understand why people don't hit the like button. And if you don't like me, hit the thumbs down button. Okay? Huh? So you're going to learn how I robbed an LA City jail. I don't have to do no research on this one because I know this story very well. And I'm also going to tell you about search warrants. Okay? Now, have you folks ever seen the movie called The Gangster Squad with Sean Penn? It was a great movie. All right? The Gangster Squad was a special police squad that was put together by Chief Parker many years ago just to go after the Italians. I'm going to tell you, folks, they existed. And they still do. They don't want any Italians here. They knew about the first day that I arrived in Los Angeles. I didn't know that. Okay? Let's see. Okay, this is Ocean Ave. Now you can see the hotel. Nice hotels there. But I'm going to walk down this way. Okay? Let's go this way, folks. All right? It's quiet. It's early morning. It's nice here. All right? But let me tell you about the Gangster Squad. The first time they ever confronted me. I was living on Beverly Glen with my girlfriend, Deborah, at the time. Deborah broke her arm. I had to rush her to the emergency room. I brought her to a Midway Hospital on Olympic Boulevard. And now I've got her in the emergency room. The doctors are looking at her. I'm sitting there waiting. And a detective walks in. Mr. Spado, I need to have a word with you. I said, no, sir. This is the emergency room. My girlfriend's in here with a broken arm. He said, Mr. Spado, this will take a moment. Come outside. So I walk outside with him. And here's what he said to me. Mr. Spado, we knew the day that you came into Los Angeles. We don't want you doing your trade here in Los Angeles. We know you're with Sonny Franchise, and we don't want you doing the trade. I said, what the hell is my trade? Okay? Can you imagine that? Okay, folks. Where the hell's the park I want to go to? There, see down here? But I'm going to go to a better area. There's the ocean down there, but I'm going to cross the street here, folks. All right, so bear with me. Go ahead. All right. You see, it's beautiful here, folks. All right. I forgot the name of that. That's a hotel. Nice hotel. I can't remember the names of all of them. Okay. You can see, okay, apartment building. We're going to walk up to the park here, and hopefully I get to the pier. Okay, I just don't know how far I am. So this is going to be another long walk today, folks. But I got to get my exercise in because I got to stick around so I could keep bringing you people information. Okay, here's how this came down. Okay, let's talk about how I robbed at LA City Jail. Folks, this is a funny story. Now, maybe you've heard me talking about Jerry Zimmerman. Now, Jerry Zimmerman met Sonny Franchise when they were both young on the streets of Brooklyn. You all heard of Sonny Franchise. You know his stepson, Michael Franchise. Now, Michael has talked about Jerry Zimmerman. But, Jerry was with Sonny, and then Sonny put him with Michael. And that's how that worked out. That's how Michael got his crew. So, Jerry and I made a shitload of money together. Jerry was living out here. And Boy, this looks like a nice restaurant in here. And Sonny always wanted me and Jerry to get together. And look at this, Campo Bakery and Italian Deli. Huh. Good morning, how are you?
Ray, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. Campo Bakery. I'm gonna stop here on my way back. Smells good, my God. Okay. It smells good in there, folks. So anyways, Jerry and I did a lot of scams. We made a lot of money, I'm going to tell you. First deal was how Jerry introduced me to the Queen Mary, and we made a lot of money there. But, you know, Jerry never called me. And when Jerry would call and say, meet me at Jerry's Deli on Ventura Boulevard, he would never call me unless there was money waiting for me. So this one time, he introduced me to another guy that had a warehouse named, I think his name was Paul. And they ran across these guys out of Florida that were looking for cable boxes. And Jerry said, we can make a lot of money here. I said, what the frick? I don't know where to get cable boxes. I knew nothing. These are cable boxes that you have. When you watch right there, you got them probably sitting right in your living room. Okay, everybody's got a cable box. They got cable TV, right? And nice hotel here. This is called the Sanborn Hotel. Yeah. And so I put the word out to people. One Sunday afternoon, I get a call. I had a good friend named Kevin McCarthy. Well, Kevin McCarthy, if you've seen the movie where the cars are blowing up, going over other cars and all that there, that's the work that Kevin did, okay? All right? I'm great, Brianna, thank you. There's no more cable TV, Donald? I think you're wrong, buddy, because I got cable TV, okay? And no, I was not. I was not on Epstein Island. Oh boy, the comments on you folks leave. Hey folks, I know it disrupts all you respectful people that these idiots come in with disrespect. Pay no attention to them. Okay, let me get back on track here. So I get a call from Kevin's wife. Kevin was working on a movie they were filming at the LA City Jail downtown. Calls me up, he says, the cells of this jail is full of cable boxes. No shit. Now Kevin, you know, he had the big semi truck. You know, he had to do all that big work on, when they were doing a movie. Now this part of the LA City Jail was you could go down there and, you know, if you had a movie doing, you could film there. I said, get a few of them, bring them to your house. I'll be there tonight. So I called Jerry. I said, I think I might have found them. So we go to Kevin's home. He got a whole bunch of them on the side of his house. So we had them transferred to the warehouse. And these guys from Florida come in and it went through them. This is the Regent Hotel here, folks. Okay, nice hotel. And Christ, they for the ones that they took, they wanted specific serial numbers. Okay, and we got 15 grand for those. So now we got a plan on how to get. Now Kevin invites us down there. He was still working on the movie. Jerry and I went. We saw there was cell after cell after cell full of cable boxes. $2 or $3 million worth. Holy shit! This is going to be a bonanza. And we're looking around. First thing we do, we changed the locks. Yeah, we changed the locks on all the cells. So we only had keys. Now how am I going to get all these out of there? Phone calls going back and forth. These guys in Florida were great guys. Frank Russo. They were both Russo. Frank and, what was the other? Junior. They were from Providence, Rhode Island. Nice guys. They had an amazing business in the cable boxes and how they built their company up and so forth. It's another story. I'll tell you that some other time. But now I got to get these cable boxes. So I put a plan together. We're going to film a movie. So now I get this gal, go down there, get a license, all right, pays the fees and everything. And the folks, whether you do something legal or illegal, you always got to make an investment, okay? Always got to make a business, because it's a business, and you have to make an investment. Look at this place, folks. Look at these bikes they got in here. How you doing, buddy? Nice place you got here. Yeah. So, I get another guy, friend of ours named Pipes. Now, Pipes was in the porn business. He was a producer in the porn business. And he liked to drink. He drank a lot. And where am I? Coffee and syrup, they're not open yet. So we're going to do a video. We're going to shoot a video there. We actually had some TV stars. I mean, I put this together right. The Russos were out with their briefcases full of cash. They're in one hotel. I'm in another hotel. I got Jerry in charge of the crew. I got 4 trucks. 4 trucks with drivers waiting. And I'm telling this producer, I'm doing this all through Jerry. I'm removed from the scene like her. So I thought I was removed, okay? So I said, Jerry, tell him he's got to shut down the production at midnight. Folks, I was producing a real video. I had the food wagon there for the cast and crew. I had everything. I did this right. I should tell him at midnight. Midnight comes, he's still shooting the goddamn thing. Now, part of the thing was when they're shooting the film, we had smoke screens. I had my guy, Kevin, do these smoke screens so that the guys that are robbing the shells, nobody could see them. This was a big freaking effort. And midnight comes, then it's 1 o'clock, then it's 2 o'clock. I'm yelling like crazy at Jerry. He's yelling at the freaking guy he drank. I mean, he thought he was going to do a freaking Oscar-nominated picture over here. I didn't give a shit about the picture. I just wanted those cable boxes. In the meantime, 3 of my drivers, they waited there for hours. They left. And you can't blame them. Can't blame them. Now we got 1 truck left. Finally, at 4 a.m., he shuts down production. We had 2 hours. We had to be out there by 6 a.m. We got what we could. Got into a warehouse near the airport. And the guys went through the different serial numbers. Folks, I ended up with $40,000. $40,000 I got. But I had to pay all the people. I had to pay everybody. I didn't make no money from that. All because this producer was drinking too much and let his ego get in the way of producing a movie. Here we are, folks. This is the Santa Monica Pier. This is where I wanted to bring you. Okay? By the way, that's the lobster house. Great lobster. Huh? Look at people from all over the country, all over the world, come here taking photos. All right? So, anyways, I come up with another plan. I want these. I'm looking at $2 or $3 million there. And then I get a call from my friend Clarence. Clarence had just got out of prison. He was down in Chino. Said he knew a guy that owned a cable company, wanted me to rob his cable company. And I had to meet him at a restaurant in Burbank. I met this guy. He told me he was the vice president of this particular cable company. And the way these robberies would work, he would say, give me an order to take X number of cable boxes out of the VIN number, and you go through, you got the security guard, you show him the order, he tells you where to go. You go in, you put your truck in, boom, they load them on, and you drive out. But now I'm telling this guy, I got to do with the LA City Jail, and I need a court order. Now, you heard me talking about a court order before. He tells me he can get it. Now, folks, I didn't know it at the time. The guy was a pedophile, and he got caught for what he was doing. And as soon as he met me, heard who I was, he made a deal with the police to get his case out of the way so he doesn't have to go to prison. And he was wearing a wire on me. Every meeting, he was wired up. And so one day, I tell him, I want to take him out on this Friday. I need a court order for this date. Because the way I was going to do it, I was going to have a guy with a semi pull in, give the security guard at the prison the thing, and we would just, the court order, be nice and simple job, right? Well, it didn't work out that way. I wanted to change the Monday because the security guy I knew was going to be there, wasn't there. Going to be there on Friday, so I had to have it changed till Friday. I met him at this restaurant in Burbank again. And he gives me papers. I said, you gotta bring me a new one, get it changed, get the date changed. He leaves. And I walk out, get in my car. Next thing you know, the cops are swarming all around me. And I get arrested. And they bring me down to Parker Center. There was one cop that was trying to rob cable boxes, not, 3 or 4 at a time, selling them on the streets for $150 each. Let me take a moment here, folks. There's the Pacific Ocean. This is the Santa Monica Pier. You see the Ferris wheel and the ride down there. A lot of movies, you see it all the time. That's Malibu down that way. Okay? Beautiful today. Beautiful day. And Santa Monica. And there's Pacific Palisades, folks. Nice Pacific Palisades. I wanted to show you that. Well, we don't have a lot of people here today. Well, anyways, folks, needless to say, I got arrested. And, of course, I got bailed out almost immediately. But while they had me in the jail cell in prison, they were getting a search warrant for my home. So now, my bailbond's name was Rocco. He picked me up, he drove me in my car in Burbank. I drove home, it's midnight. It was a Thursday, I'll never forget that, because my maid used to come on Thursdays. And I take my clothes off, I get in the shower, and I'm here, boom, 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 at my door. I get out of the shower, I'm in the nude. I says, yeah, who is it? Open the door, we'll shoot through the door, Spado. We got a search warrant. Now, when they come into Beverly Hills, they got to come in with the Beverly Hills police. I says, I got to get my robe. They said, you stand right there and open the door. Folks, honest to God, I'm in the nude. So I got to do what the hell they say. They got a search warrant. I opened the door. Folks, they were there. When they come to Beverly Hills, they got to bring the Beverly Hills police. And they brought 2 female police officers. And they were gorgeous. I got to tell you, they really were. And there I am in the nude. And they're going like this. Sue, who was the lead, a guy at the Gangster squad at the time, he goes in the bathroom, gets my robe, sits me on my chair, put a cop with me. They got to watch me while they're searching my apartment. Folks, I said, what are you looking for, cable boxes? I said, I got one. Call Spectrum Cable. It's legal. And, let's get this here. Okay? I want you folks to see the view, too. I try to do too much when I come on here. But, they searched my place. Found nothing, of course. Folks, I can't tell you how many times they had come to my place with search warrant. But that's my story of the cable boxes. I still didn't give up. but it just never worked out, folks. And I ended up called a small case in California State Court on it, and I got probation because they didn't want to use the pedophile against me in court. So that's that story there. You know, folks, last night I got on this Zoom that I was invited on to learn about YouTube, how to monetize, how to make money, and all that there. Because, folks, I don't make no money here, you know? And, people with smaller stations or smaller channels than I got, they're making money. But, folks, me and technology, I got such a block in my head. I will never, ever understand it. And I'm listening to this guy. I'm on there there were a lot of people on the Zoom call. And I'm listening to this here. And I don't understand what he's saying. So if we got any young kids here who are from around the Beverly Hills area, and there I know we got some around, these young kids know how to do all this stuff. Well, folks, I'm never going to learn it, okay? So I don't know if I'm ever going to make money here on YouTube. I'm not making money anywhere on social media. I come here, try to help you people out, make you happy, tell you a story here and there. You like to hear a gangster story? All right, folks. If I can go back to those days when Jerry and Zimmerman, because trust me, I was making $500,000 a year, me and Jerry. We were chopping up $1 million a year. All right? And I'm talking about I only had to go to work 4 or 5 days a year. That's how good Jerry Zimmerman was. And I'll get into more stories about Jerry Zimmerman as we go along. Okay. Folks, I love lobster. And this is one of the best places. When I got out of prison, first Father's Day, my son brought me there. And over there, folks, that's the park here in Santa Monica. Normally it's loaded with homeless people. What's that cannon over there for? Let's go see. The homeless guy. Yeah. Look at that cannon over there. Who are they going to shoot? I got no idea. Fogo di Ciao. Gardadelli, the Cantina. These all restaurants, they all changed. So folks, please, if you haven't yet, subscribe, like, share. Help me out any way you could over here. Hit that thanks button. You got a few extra bucks, help me out. I hate asking for it, folks. Okay? I feel like Scuba Rich. I'm going to go and get an espresso at that place that I walked by earlier. It's funny, I did a tour of where Cary Grant, Cher, Tony Curtis, Walt Disney all had homes. Nobody looks at my videos. Right? So I guess I got to stick here on these live streams. So I keep trying. Can't say I don't do that. All right, folks, I'm going to get that espresso. I want to wish you all a blessed day. All my love and respect to you all. Take care.